Good morning. Back in the car. Today, headed to Rhode Island to meet Chris Burke, who is a friend of Kelby's friend who set me up. This is how this works, right? So friends of friends who I am going to ride with today around the Providence, Rhode Island area. It's a little bit earlier today, a little more cloud cover, but probably going to be about the same temps as yesterday. Nice low 60s. Right now, temperature according to the car is 56. So again, it'll be figure out what to wear. I'll ask Chris for some suggestions, and I'll give you guys as many pics and vids as I can possibly take, and fingers crossed there's something really interesting. See ya. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Jay-Z.
So what are we doing today?
We don't know yet. So we're going to decide if we're going to go south, do bike path stuff at all, if we're going to go north and come back to bike path, because there's another one. We could go west and also do a bike path, which isn't quite so long. But then there's roads everywhere, so I have an idea where we're going to go, but I didn't like detail out a ride just because there's so many places to go.
And the whole ride will be in Rhode Island.
The whole ride will be here.
It's not a very
little
big
teeny tiny. You'd think you could do 50 miles and no way you could do it all in Rhode Island. But believe it or not, a friend of mine, Jeff Williams, who goes by G Willie, did a 200+ mile circumference of Rhode Island.
All right, well, we're not doing that today.
So we don't do that.
We'll do a bit.
Well,
okay.
Happy birthday.
All right, so I'll get kitted up. I see you're in long sleeves.
I was
knickers.
overdressed already.
Okay.
Yesterday was kind of cool. I rode out yesterday, and I was like, I wished I had my long gloves and long sleeve jacket, and I rode over here. I'm like, I'm already warm.
Okay, so layers day. All right, let me get kitted up. 50.
Yay!
We did it.
Ready?
Hit it up for Rhode Island.
Yeah. Rhode Island.
25 states.
Okay, it's longer to go back than it is to continue.
All right, Rhode Island. We can talk about this now. You're officially on the car. Boop. Interesting ride. Fortunately, I did have a tour guide because we had to tiptoe along the border to make sure that we stayed all 50 miles inside Rhode Island. So I believe I am in or near Pawtucket, and we went around and did a bunch of the roads along the Blackstone River, somewhere connecting. Cool temps, just an arm warmers vest kind of day. Never got sunshine. Started earlier, so I'll have the rest of the day to work on catching up on the videos and do some much needed bike cleanup. Everything's still working, well, except for the power meter. I need to reach out to Stages and ask them what's going on. But the ride itself, let's talk about that. This was a bipolar route for sure. And it was only that way because Chris was trying to help me find what I needed to get done. All right, stay in Rhode Island, get 50 miles, see some of the better parts that we possibly could while still making it a loop, not an out and back. Mission accomplished. Found some really good narrow lane, technical up and down roadways. Only downside, a lot of them came to some weird transitions where we just had to ride on some much more heavily trafficked, automobile trafficked roads. So it just kind of took some of the flow and rhythm and joy out of it. So, you know, the roads that he found, the roads that he wanted to highlight, 5-star roads. The roads that we had to transition on, 2-star roads. So really, really hard to say this was representative of Rhode Island, but for this particular ride route, for this particular guy, I'm gonna say Rhode Island was a 3-star fun way to see a state. So with that, I'm going to drive back to Boston, stay with family, and do it all again tomorrow in Connecticut. Later.